remember the first Sunday I ever came here for church. It was in a gymnasium.
Yeah, it was.
It was what is now the ministry center was a basketball court.
Well, the gym was the first building here.
It was a gym, and that was the only thing we had. We sat in fold-out chairs and hard fold-out chairs, and that was it.
We worshiped there. We played basketball there. We had Sunday school classes there, Boy Scouts there. That's where we did everything.
Loretta's the one that got me to come to Porterfield because Loretta McKnight was my aunt.
Mr. Cross had owned a farm right down the road here. This was a two-lane highway. Visited us we lived in a mobile home over in Philema on Philema Road. And Mr. Cross visited us and talked us into coming, and we've been here ever since. So.
My parents were both charter members of Porterfield Church.
We got an apartment over at Huntington apartment, and so the first Sunday we were here, I grew up Methodist, and I said, well, there's a Methodist church right close down the street, so we can just go visit there. And so we did, and we never left. We never visited anywhere else. My mom and dad moved to this area where the church is located. We started coming to Porterfield when I was 4 years old.
I think, what was his name when I came here? Ramsey. Gilbert Ramsey.
Gilbert.
He was the preacher when I came here.
Jack Key was minister when we came.
He was a visiting minister too, that he came around everybody's house.
He did at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and you'd be fixing supper, and he'd come in and visit for a little while.
Jack Key was the first minister. He came and visited us when we first moved here, and he came over to our little apartment. Jack Key, he was the minister when I was confirmed.
Bill Powell was our pastor when we first came to Porterfield, and Bill's had 2 children that were mine and my wife Glenda's age, and they were in our Sunday school class, and we had really a good, strong Sunday school class. It was just really a cool time in our life.
The one that stands out the most to me is Bill Powell. Both of my parents died while he was here. I mean, he just could not have been more wonderful through that time, and it meant so much to me. Every minister had different gifts and graces.
I look at all of these ministers, and there's not a one here that I don't know or don't remember.
Both of our daughters were baptized here at Porterfield.
Mine went here, my 2 children went here from the time they were born, and then every one of our grandchildren were raised in this church.
My daughters were both baptized here, joined the church here, was married here.
We had children baptized here, married here.
It was a great, great honor to raise the family here.
My mother was diagnosed with lung cancer, and our church was there for us.
Remember the bad year when the storm hit in January and hit our backyard?
People from Porterfield helped us clean up,
Brought food. Volunteers drug limbs, picked up limbs. We had lots of help, greatly appreciated.
So my husband was a traveling salesperson, and so the week after we were married, he hit the road and was gone, and I was here and knew absolutely no one. This church really just was a lifesaver to me. There were so many people that reached out to me. And when our son Wes died, I cannot tell you in how many ways this church took care of us. That's what we're supposed to do as a church, is to nurture one another.
Look at what we come from.
Yeah.
Started off with, and how supportive people have been.
Our whole life has been centered around Porterfield. All of our friends' family, and our family grew up together. It's just been the center of our life forever.
I just can't see not coming here. It's been a part of my life for 50-something years.
Where I'll end up in my life later in my later years, I don't know, but Porterfield will always be my church home.
This church is just very, very special, very special. It's just a special place to me and will continue to be. I can just tell you, I love this church.